But we got a question from one of our audience members, and again, particularly around meal prep, because I know when you talk about people don't have time, I don't have time to cook the right stuff. So it was easy to go pick this thing up. And then if you think about it, what are some helpful tips that you can share to those who struggle maybe with the practice of healthy meal prep or just meal prep in general?
Yeah. So there's a lot of ways to go about meal prepping. Basically, meal prepping is just preparing ahead of time and making your meals ahead of time so that you don't have to cook them and you can just grab them. And like I said, it all really depends on your schedule. So if you're a busy individual, meal prepping might not be feasible for you. If I'm traveling all the time or I'm always on the road, I don't have time to cook. So it's a schedule. You have to have a schedule for one. You can't do it without a schedule. If you don't know what you're doing the next day or the day after that, then it's going to be hard to be consistent. So I've done it so many different ways over the years. Now I kind of have more time freedom, so I'm able to cook relatively when I want to. But there's a couple ways. So what you could do is pick a day. Sundays usually work best for a lot of people because you can knock out the whole week. So plan your grocery shopping list. Plan your meals. I've been planning my meals for the entire month since I was in high school. And a lot of this dealt because of athletics, right? So I had to know what it is I was intaking. So I have the easiest way you can do it. I would tell someone to sit down and put on the calendar what you're going to have for dinner every day. Something as simple as that. I'm going to eat this for dinner every day and have those meals already prepared in the fridge. That way that's one meal out the day that you don't have to think about. That's one meal out the day that you are prepared for, and it sets up a trajectory of success for the rest of the meals because now you're conscious of like, okay, I have this. I don't want to eat that. Let me eat this, right? So, and there's meal prep services. So if you're really busy, but you still are centralized, like you're not traveling all the time, there's meal prep services, even catering. Like I really discovered that if you go to Chipotle or somewhere, you just get a bunch of catering food for 30 people, you can package that food and put it in your fridge, and just put them in containers and separate it. And you one person, but equivalently price wise, you're going to balance out the same. So it's just a matter of knowing what it is your lifestyle entails and then trying to build around that.
Yeah. I like that. And shout out to Chipotle. They need to sponsor my guy because you just literally put Chipotle. People wouldn't even think about Chipotle for food prep. And you just basically said Chipotle food prep because somebody on Instagram just said, what about the struggle with finding healthy foods that taste good? He just gave you a reason to go to Chipotle and get guac on everything.
Right, guac is good. I eat guac every day, so I love avocados.
Yeah, well, that's an amazing take because a lot of times people giving themselves permission to prep or prep foods that they actually like. Like, and again, because a lot of things, when I think about meal prep and food prep and exercises, like you immediately have to just go in your cupboards with a large trash bag and literally just shut it all down. Like you can't get any of that out the way. But what you're saying is if you're taking that guesswork out, because what ends up happening is that overeating or the overeating of the wrong things when it's not prepared. And so when you're mindful about the prep, then that's the keys to the city. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
No, that's exactly. And you just said it. You take the guesswork out of it because what happens to once you get hunger pains, I used to tell people to keep, especially for my truck drivers, especially for my people that keep a cooler in your car. Because when those hunger pains hit, you're stopping anywhere. There is no telling yourself you're not going to eat it at this point. Like you're going to stop. So have something prepared ahead of time. Keep it, especially if it's about to be summertime, keep some water in there, keep some shakes, keep some fresh fruit in there, something that will hold you over until your next meal, until your next destination. And it helps you be consistent. Like I said, like a lot of the times we'll stop and get fast food simply because we see it.
Definitely.
It's a habit. Everybody's hungry at 12 o'clock because we've been trained to be hungry at 12 o'clock. you're
Hmm.
not really hungry. It's just it's a mindset. So once you start working on that aspect and start putting things in place to where you don't have to think so much. If I don't have any snacks in my house, I'm slowing down the process because I'm not gonna go to the store every time I want a bag of chips now. If
Yeah.
I don't have them in the house, if I don't have them around, then I'm not going to be triggered by the fact that I want to eat it or I want this.
I appreciate you calling me out on being triggered by snacks being present.
Yeah.
But because it's a funny thing.